what's up, you guys? I'm Jaquan,
I'm Jasmine.
and welcome to the Film Spill.
So today, guys, we're going to be reviewing seasons 1, 2, and 3 of Daredevil. This is a sci-fi series, and here is the summary. Daredevil follows Matt Murdock, attorney by day and vigilante by night. Blinded in an accident as a child, Murdock uses his heightened senses as Daredevil to fight crime on the streets of New York after the sun goes down.
Yeah. So we've had this conversation multiple times about out of the Marvel Netflix shows, what were some of the best shows that we watched? And for me, Daredevil was definitely one of those top shows. I know for you, you didn't care too much about the fighting, but it was definitely one of the top shows for me. So the rating I'm going to give this show is going to be a 3. It was good. You had some scenes that I really didn't care too much about, but overall, it was really good. I think out of every show that I watched outside of Jessica Jones, I think Daredevil had the best plot. Like the story was solid. The villain was solid. Like everything was just solid from season 1 all the way to season 3. It didn't trail off. All right, let's get into my pros and my cons. So very first pro is the fight scenes. So they had some really dope fight scenes. If you watch any of the Daredevil seasons, you will see they had some dope fight scenes, especially the hallway fight scenes that they kind of just kept doing throughout each season, but each time they were really good. I like when Matt set Nobu on fire. That was just a crazy, just shock type of moment. Whenever Karen kills Wesley, because he was just so extra throughout the season. So when she kills him, I'm like, yes, thank you. When Matt first dons the Daredevil suit and beats up Fisk, I'm like, yo, it was cool because I ain't gonna lie. The one thing I probably didn't like about it, and I'm gonna actually talk about it, is the shirt over the eyes. Like that whole costume, I don't know where they came up with that. I didn't like that too much. But when he put on the Daredevil suit, it was just dope. When the Punisher first appears, I feel like the Punisher is one of those sleeper characters. Like this dude is a straight savage. He's one of those people like, no, I'm not showing no mercy. At the end of the day, he's gonna get the job done. And I like it when we was showing the quote when he was just like, "You beat him, they get up," and he was like, "I beat him, they stay down." It's like, yeah, they really stay down because they're dead. Whenever Stick appears to help Matt, we found out that Matt has this, mentor who kind of helped him, because we always just like, how does this dude learn how to fight? He's blind. So you see the person who kind of mentored and helped him. That was cool. When the Punisher wrecks his own case in season 2 and basically he goes to jail, but he did it on purpose so he can go to jail. Definitely when they introduced Bullseye in season 3, everybody been waiting for Bullseye. You can't think of Daredevil and you don't think of Bullseye. That's just really the characters that I really kind of focus on outside of Kingpin. So when he came, it was dope. All his fight scenes, it was real cool. We was just talking about it, just how amazing this dude is when he throws stuff. Like he's hitting his target, which is why his name is Bullseye. And I like that they use a lot of scenes from the Daredevil Born Again comic book, just connected it. I thought that was real dope. And of course, my last pro is going to be the fight scene between Matt and Wilson Fisk. Whenever Vanessa was in the room, and they kind of like yelling at each other and they start fighting. It was just crazy. Like you just seen this hatred throughout each season between each other, and they just always had to fight. Cons. So the cons I had was another character I was waiting for them to show was Elektra, but whenever they kind of brought her in and then they said, oh, she's the Black Sky and she's connected to the hand, I just think they just started doing too much with the hand, which ended up being just a horrible villain group. Like they just weren't menacing at all. But yeah, when they introduced her in there, I just thought it was whack. And we talked about it before. I just kind of wish Wilson Fisk was a little bit bigger just to kind of look more comic book accurate. But other than that, I enjoyed the series and I give it a 3.
Okay, guys, so I gave this series a 2 out of 5. I don't care personally for a lot of fighting, so that's why I didn't care for Daredevil. He wasn't a bad character, it's just I didn't like all of the fighting. It was nice seeing Claire. Like I said, I love seeing her across the different Defenders individual shows. Foggy was funny. I like how they had Karen as their secretary because she was like their first client. Like he said, Elektra was there. The Punisher had his appearances. So there's a lot of people in it. And then, of course, Wilson Fisk, the big bad villain. He's just so menacing. Like he just doesn't get hurt. He's like they were talking about, he has a lot of influence over people. He has a lot of connections. He has a big network. He's just a hard person to beat. And it just seems like he never gets hurt really that bad. Like he might get a little scratch, but he just always gets back up every time he gets beat up.
Even we talked about him in the Hawkeye series when he was blown up. And like just stuff like that.
You just can't kill him. You really can't. So yeah, overall it was pretty good. If you like fighting, then I think you'll like this series, but I gave it a 2 out of 5.
Oh yeah, I also had to add 2 of my pros. Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio, I think that's his last name. I'm gonna say Vincent. Both of them just, when we talk about these shows, that characters that they become these characters, they both did an amazing job as Daredevil, Matt Murdock, and as Wilson Fisk. Like I just think both of them did an amazing job. But just like always, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. You guys have a good one.